I forgot to press record, but I'm going to press it now. And now that that is said, I want to share my screen. I have a couple of little slides, but mostly I'm going to be sharing my my phone screen with you guys because I want to show you what my Instagram Power Hour looks like. So tonight we're going to be obviously talking about Instagram. And so I've heard a lot of you say that you feel a little uncertain or overwhelmed by Instagram. And first of all, I just want to tell you that everybody feels that way. Even people who are amazing at Instagram and who have Instagram figured out feel overwhelmed by Instagram because it is such an insanely huge platform. But because of that, it's also an incredible platform for this business. Like, think about the difference between Instagram and Facebook for a sec. Like, Facebook, people, they really want to connect with people they know, right? Like, even though we use Facebook a lot to meet strangers, like in Facebook groups and stuff, like if people are in a Facebook group, chances are they're more open to meeting new people. But for the most part, people are on Facebook because they want to stay connected with their family who lives far away. They want to connect with friends who they, haven't seen in a while. But on Instagram, it is literally full to the brim with people who are scrolling, looking for other people to follow. Like, people want to connect with strangers on Instagram. People are already sharing their stuff publicly on Instagram. Like, direct messages, followed requests from strangers, like, those are not weird on Instagram. And they are a little weird on Facebook. Like, people are a little weirded out when a stranger sends them a friend request on Facebook, but that's not the case on Instagram. Okay, so if you're not using Instagram for your business, you need to. It'll be a game changer. And again, I didn't know what I was doing with Instagram for the longest time. And even still, I know that I'm not utilizing it the way that I should be. But I just want to tell you guys that that's why I decided to host this team call about Instagram this week. Like, that's the entire reason that I chose this topic, because more than anything in this business, we're in charge of our own success. And so if I know that I'm not utilizing Instagram to its fullest, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go learn how to and then teach it to somebody else, because the best way that you can learn is teaching, right? So I'm starting out this call with a challenge to all of you, okay? So if you feel like you need to get better at something in this business, maybe you don't really understand what emerald means, or why you should be emerald, or why you should be diamond, or what the benefit of any of those things are. Maybe you don't understand team cycle bonus. Maybe you want to understand how to build an income better, leadership ladder, how to earn Success Club points, how to earn the Success Club trip next year, how to combat objections, how to attract your ideal customer or coach, like all of those different things. If you feel like you are weak in an area, I want to challenge you to ask me if you can host a team call about it. And then go learn about it and teach us. So I don't know if anybody's going to take my challenge, but I hope that I'm not the only one speaking on these team calls pretty soon. Okay, moving on. So there are a few different elements of Instagram that I think are super important. And number one, the first thing that I want to talk about, and certainly one of the most important things, is content, okay? So this is, what to post, what kinds of pictures you should be using. And first of all, I just want to say that Instagram is visual. It's very visual. So if you're trying to post like dark photos, blurry photos, that's not going to fly on Instagram. You really want your pictures to be bright and clear. You want the text on your photos on Instagram to be short and sweet. You don't want to post like tons and tons and tons of text. A really, really great picture with a short, sweet little blurb is going to do awesome on Instagram. That does not mean that you shouldn't share story posts. You absolutely should. Those are super important to connect with people. But for the most part, it's really going to serve you well to what do you call it? Keep it short on Instagram. Okay. So we're not going to talk too much about content because I want to talk about like actually utilizing Instagram. But I hear a lot of people say that they don't have time to take pictures every day. Like, you feel like, well, crap, I know what I want to talk about, but I don't have a picture to go with it. So I just wanted to give you guys a little tip. Most days, my makeup is not done. I am a hot mess. My hair is like dirty. I wash my hair like once every 10 days, you guys. For real. Hey, Amanda. I'm going to go ahead and mute you so that you don't feed back because it started feeding back. But hi, good to see you. Amanda's our newest coach, you guys. Everybody wave hello. Okay, so we're talking about Instagram, Amanda.
Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so you guys, I don't have time to take pictures every day either. I promise I don't. Like, most of the time, Everett's trying to murder my cat. So, like, I got to be on my A game. But on the days that I do get ready, on the days that, like, you know, maybe I go to church on Sunday, or, ooh, I see somebody's in the chat box. Elizabeth just washed her hair for the first time in forever. I feel you, girl. I washed mine yesterday, so, you know, feeling pretty good. But on the days I do get ready, the days that I do my makeup, the days that I, you know, feel like I'm confident and presentable, whatever, I will go outside and I will take a million pictures. I'll change my shirt. I'll change my outfit. I'll take pictures from different angles, you know, different subjects, different areas in my house. I'll sit around different areas in my house, close up, far away, posing, maybe holding a workout pose. Something that works really, really well is take a video on your phone, like set up your camera, take a video using the selfie camera so you can see yourself, and then take screenshots. Like I'm going to show you, I can talk about the success clip trip a little later, Melissa. She just asked in the chat box. So maybe take a video and take screenshots of the video. I'll show you how I do that. But that way you're never stuck without an image to use. So that has been super, super helpful for me. Another tip, always take photos of your food. Like try to take a pretty photo. Anytime you make like a dinner that looks really like colorful and yummy, take a picture of it. Even if you don't have a lot of time, just boom, take a picture. You don't have to use it right then. And if you're not sure how to take a good photo, get on YouTube and learn, and then go live in the team page and teach us. Again, the best thing that you can do if you don't know how to do something is go research it on YouTube. So that's content, you guys. But also, sorry, whoops. I want to talk a little bit about branding on Instagram. And so let me just stop sharing this and I'll share my phone with you. So I just want to show you, here we go. Okay, I just want to show you like a couple of really awesome people who I think are really good at their Instagram. Okay, so let me just scroll back a bit. So I think that Emily Favre, if you guys don't follow Emily Favre, she is a coach who went from 1-star to 15-star qualifying in the last 7 months. Like she started out January as a 1-star. She's now 15-star qualifying. So you don't see like a lot of the same colors on her Instagram feed. Like I'm not looking at her feed thinking like, oh, she uses a color to brand herself. Oh, she uses a filter to brand herself. She more uses like a vibe to brand herself. A lot of her photos are in workout gear. That's part of her brand. She does a lot of before and after pictures. That's part of her brand. She looks very like relaxed yet cheerful. So branding doesn't have to be like, oh, I put a pink sticker on all of my pictures or, you know, anything too specific. It can literally just be a vibe. And then who is the other person I wanted to? Crap, you guys. Hold on, let me go back to my notes. See if I can. Well, I'm sure you guys all follow Nicola Anderson. Something that she has started doing is putting like a white frame around all of her pictures. So that's kind of part of her branding. But you can also see in almost every single one of her photos, she has a big old cheesy grin, and she is in workout gear. Like, that is a huge part of her brand. Check out this one. She's showing off her bicep. And then what she used to do back here, let me go back. She had a colorful video in along one side or in the middle, depending on, like, as she posts, it goes, like, it'll be on the right or it'll be on the left. But that was how she branded her page. But it's always, you know, a little bit of fitness, a little bit of her life, like she's sharing, you can see right here, she's like sharing her water bottle, workout stuff, her kids. A big part of her brand is just, hey, I'm really, really happy. Look how happy my life is. Okay, so branding can be, you know, as complicated or as simple as you want it. Your brand is who you are. When someone's scrolling the news feed, you know, you want them to know that you're the one posting before they even see your name. And that, again, can be more your vibe. And so when you go to post on Instagram, you know, what I do, like, let's say I was going to post this, every single time I choose that first filter and I take it down to about 20, you know, between 20 and 40%. And that gives it more of like a blue rather than like an orange. And that's like something super, super simple that you can do. It can be your general demeanor on your Instagram. So let me go to mine really quick. So, oh, that's not me. That's my tagged photos there. Okay, so you can see like a big part of mine is just like, hey, I'm just living my life. I do the cheesy grin too a lot. And I've changed it up in the past. Like, I've had the video along one column in the past. And then if you go way back, something that I wanted to show you guys that you can do with your branding. It might take me a second, but you can do a pattern, and you'll see what I mean by that. So for a while, my pattern or my Instagram looked like this, and I would make these quote pictures, and then I would trickle in story in there. And so my engagement was, let me see, on a lot of these, let me see, like, there was a time where I was getting like 15 or so comments on the white quotes, and that was boosting the engagement on my other stuff. And so you can do something as simple as, you know, white quote picture, white quote picture. You could do quote picture video, quote picture video, quote picture video. Recently, I've decided to use a very specific rotation. And this came from Ash Brockington. And so I'm going to stop sharing my phone and start sharing my screen with you again. So this came from Ash Brockington. She is one of the leaders in Dynasty United. So she, I'm going to scroll in on this so you can see it a little. She has started using this pattern, okay? So she does a smiling close-up picture. And within that smiling close-up, it can be, you know, an old picture, it can be a new picture, whatever. It just needs to, in the text, talk about, you know, who you are. Talk about, you know, something that's going to connect with your audience. Help them to trust you. Help them to know you. Help them to like you. You know, don't be afraid to be you. And then second, a workout pose or video. So don't post your sweaty selfie. There are so many sweaty selfies out there. What really will get people's attention is if you back away from the camera. If you show, you know, yourself doing a move, or maybe make a video of several moves, something that says like, hey, I'm actually working on my fitness, and if I were your coach, I would show up for you because I'm showing up for me. Number 3, food. So obviously, like, food pictures do really good on Instagram. You might feel like your food is too simple, or you don't want to like you don't want to share too much about food on Instagram because you feel like your meal prep is super boring. Mine is too. That's okay. Like, the whole point is you want to connect with people who are going to connect with you, right? So if you try to like share these crazy complicated recipes, you're not going to connect with your people, right? You're going to be connecting with people who like complicated recipes, and that's not you. Whoops. So, and then after food is coaching. So, something you love about coaching, just trickle it in there. Your family. So think about like the person in your family that people really like to see. People love it when I talk about my husband. People love it when I talk about Everett. Like, they love it. And before I had Everett, they loved it when I talked about my cat, Cosette. And so, share the more relational side of yourself. Number 6 is just a day in the life. So you could do like a picture looking down at your feet of what you're doing that day. You could do a post of, where you are, like maybe you're taking your kids to the park, or you're, doing a craft, something. Just connect with, people. It could even be like a product that you like your water bottle or something. And then last, before and afters or transformations. Tell the story about the person in the photo. Don't just make it about, like join my challenge group, but tell the story. Tell where you were in this picture and where you are now. So this is the rotation that I plan on using. You obviously can be creative and do what you want to do with these, but I find that if I have a plan, life is just so much better. Okay, and then now I want to talk a little bit about apps that I use on Instagram. This is going to be like 2 seconds, and then I want to talk about actually working Instagram, okay? Like how to actually get on Instagram and work your business, because this has been the hardest part for me. Okay, let's see. Okay, why isn't this working? Hold up, y'all. There we go. Okay. So I just want to show you the apps that I use when I'm editing a photo. So first of all, when you're taking a photo for Instagram, it's best to use the square. So when you're going to take a photo, you want to make sure that you can, fit within the square. Because if you take a photo that is like too tall, then, sorry, let me get out of this camera, it's distracting me. If you take a photo that's too tall, it's not going to fit into the square on Instagram, right? And you want people, when they come to your Instagram, all they see is this. This is all they see. They, so, if you, in the very, very, first few photos, if it just looks kind of messy and like it doesn't fit, then people aren't going to want to follow you, right? But if they can see a little bit of who you are in those first few photos, if you are not screaming, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach in your bio, then that's going to make a huge difference. And so when people come to your photo or to your profile, you want to make sure that they are not getting turned away, but that they're being attracted, right? And so a big part of that is having photos that fit into the little square. So when I go to put a photo on Instagram, one of the first things that I like to do is go to Insta Beauty and brighten it up. I don't know what it is about Insta Beauty's filters, but I just like it better. So you can see this was the photo to start. And so I'm going to choose my face. And this is really funny, you guys. You can choose to auto retouch, and this is going to change like all kinds of stuff about your face. Like you go all the way to the 5, it will like slim your face out and make your features smaller and all kinds of stuff. I don't really like using the auto because it just makes me look like not me, And so what I like to do is I do whitening just a little. I soften it up a little. And let me see. I think that's it. Like if there's anything that I want to fix, like if I know that I have crazy bags under my eyes, I might use the eye bag one a little. But you can just brighten it up like that. And then I put it in Pick Tap Go. And so I just edited the first one. I'm gonna grab the second one. And all I do in Pick Tap Go usually is I will maybe auto color, and you can see the difference that makes. You can choose to, put more or less. I'm gonna undo that because I don't need it on this photo. But what I always do is I use Crispity, and that crisps everything back up. So, I softened it in the last app, and now I'm just crisping it up a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, so that's how I do my my editing for my photos. Like every single time, I always brighten it up in Insta Beauty, and I always crisp it back up in Pick Tap Go. And then, like if it's a tall photo, what you can do is you can use InShot, and that will put blurriness on either side. You can change that to a color if you want. I wouldn't recommend using a color because it just isn't very pleasing to the eye. You could use white if you want. I like having the blurry on either side. And so you could use that if you wanted to on Instagram. But a lot of times I'll just put the photo in as is. And so you can see like this one cropped it pretty nice. So, okay, that's like honestly the apps that I use. Okay, so now for videos, I also use InShot. But first, you guys, I just want to say, when you're making a video in InShot, I want to encourage you, see the little like watermark on the bottom right hand? Get rid of that. Just click it and then remove it. It makes it look so much more professional. If you're using PhotoFi, just pay $1 to get it off the photo forever. It's totally worth it. It'll cause you to appear more professional. So those are the filters and colors. And now, you guys, I want to go in and I want to show you how to build your following and connect with people. So you can see right here, sorry, go all the way. Can you still see my phone? Chat. Most of them I think work for Android, but if not, I can help you find one that does work for Android. Okay, so gaining more followers, you guys. I have built my following to over 7,000. My goal is 10,000 by the end of the year, and I know I can do that. I know I could do that way sooner than the end of the year, but I've been really, really intentional with how I've built my following. And so, first of all, the most important thing that we can do is engage with other people. Okay, so this is how you gain more followers. So what I do is I try to follow between 50 to 100 new people per day. And I know that sounds crazy. And the first time that I heard somebody say that, I was like, you are freaking crazy. There's no way that I could ever do that. But I'm going to show you how to do it in like 5 seconds. It's super easy. But first, before I go in and I follow a lot of people, I add to my collections. The way that, and what I mean by that is I'm going to go in and I'm going to find people who are fitness influencers, people who are interested in the stuff that I'm interested in, and people who are potential coaches, and I'm going to add them to a list within Instagram, and so that it stays super organized and it's really, really easy to do your power hour. So what you do, the minute you come to Instagram, you're going to click, sorry, whoa, my phone is lagging. You're going to click the little magnifying glass at the bottom left hand. This page is called the Explore page, okay? And this is going to help you connect with people who are doing the things that you want to do, okay, that you're interested in. So I'm going to just click on this first chick right here, and I'm going to click on her name. She has over 215,000 followers. This is probably somebody who is already doing something like using supplements or selling something. And so this isn't like a potential coach, but this is somebody that I can use her following to find people who want what I have to offer and to connect with people who want what I have to offer. So I'm going to go find a picture of hers that interests me. Okay, so this is her doing a workout move, okay? And I want you to check this out. She has 186 comments on this picture. So first of all, I want to save her to a collection. So I'm going to click this little, do you see the little bookmark thingy that I'm clicking on? I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to save to a collection. So you can see I have influencers, future coaches, and follow-up. I'm going to add her to influencers, okay? So that's the first thing that I'm going to do. And that brings her, if you go all the way to your profile and you click on that same little bookmark on the right-hand side, that's going to bring you to your collections, okay? So I can come over here and find her, and I'm going to click on the 186 comments that I just looked at, and I'm going to just look at the little tiny picture on the left, and I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to find people who look like I would want to be friends with them. So let's see. Like all of these people look like I want to be friends with them. So this person is private, but she's like chilling with her dog. She seems super chill. I'm just going to request to follow her. This person, everybody is private. I'm trying to find somebody who's not private. She's private too. What the heck? Okay, this chick has, oh my gosh, everybody is private over here, you guys. What the heck? This doesn't usually happen, but I'm going to go in. Okay, check this out. So this girl is clearly interested in living a healthy lifestyle. She is clearly already good at social media. So I'm not only going to follow her, but I'm going to click on this picture so I can just scroll down. I'm going to like a few of her photos. And then I'm going to find something to comment on. And I'm going to comment something that triggers a response. Okay, and so I'm going to do this to like, I don't know, 10 people. Okay, so that person is private. What the heck, you guys? Okay, this person's not. Okay, this is clearly a fitness influencer, and she only has 765 followers, so she's probably not a coach because of the stuff that she's posting. Like she's not, you just can kind of tell. And so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to like a few of her posts. So, and this is going to encourage her to come over and look at my page, okay? So I'm going to do this for like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And each of these people I'm saving to my future coaches collection, okay? You can also do like a future challengers collection too. And then, let me see. So once I go in and I find people, remember, I'm looking at the fitness influencers that I found over here. When I come to my collections, I'm clicking on my influencers and I'm just going through the comments on their pictures and finding people who I want to connect with. So once I do that, I do that for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to come over to my profile and I'm going to engage with people who are engaging. Okay, so I'm going to look at the people who are liking my stuff. And I'm just going to go through systematically, and people who are following me, I'm going to go in and I'm going to like some of their stuff. You liked something I posted, I'm going to like some stuff that you posted, okay? And I'm going to do this for about 10 minutes. And this is all in the slides, by the way. I have my collection in my page all the way over here. I have my future coaches collection. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to engage with these people. I'm going to come to her profile. I'm going to like some stuff and, you know, genuinely comment. Like she posted like this really cool quote by Albert Einstein. And so I can, you know, love that quote. You know, just be genuine. And then after you engage with the people who are engaging on your stuff, engage with your dream team, engage with your future challengers collection if you have one, then you can come over to stories and up here and engage on stories. Like I'm scrolling over to past all the people who are coaches, who I know are coaches, and I'm just going to start engaging on stories. And so what you can do is you can comment using like the send message feature. That'll go directly to their direct messages. This is a coach. This is a coach. This is a coach. Everybody's a coach. Hold up. Let me scroll over all the way over here. Okay. So let's like say this person. So I can comment and say, oh my gosh, those little teeth. And that goes directly to her direct messages. So I spend about 5 minutes doing that. And then at the very end, we're gonna run out of time. At the very end, what I'll do is I'll go to one of these fitness influencers. I'll click on the people who have liked their post, and I will follow 100 of them. And it takes like 2 minutes. So I'm going to post all this in the team page. Dang it wasn't supposed to take all 40 minutes, you guys. I spent too much time yakking. But are there any like pressing questions that I can answer right now? And I'm going to go live talking about stories too. Or maybe I'll do stories next week, like a whole call on stories. Are there any questions? No? Okay, sweet. Everybody is just kind of staring at me. Okay, cool. Well, can we take a boomerang before this thing exits out? It's like my favorite part of team call, you guys. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it was bad. Hold on. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I love it. Okay. Well, thanks for hopping on, you guys. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll post the recording. And yeah. All right. See you next time.